Hey guys, how's it going? And this is going to be the predictions for the salt mine. We're going to do North America today, and I'll have Europe out tomorrow. We're going to be going over the whole bracket, the double elimination bracket. We'll save the single elimination bracket for when we get to it. But we're going to be going over who I think is going to qualify through this double elimination bracket. So without further ado, as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you hit subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the very first match is going to be Firstkiller versus J-Bot, and I don't think there's a lot I have to say about this. You know, Firstkiller, probably the best 1v1 player in North America right now. Definitely one of the top ones players in the world. He's going to be, extremely hard to beat. I mentioned in my last video that J-Bot, I think that his upset potential will lie maybe in the losers bracket, because I just don't see anyone taking down Firstkiller except maybe Majicbear as of right now. He's just really good, and I think Firstkiller will move on to the semifinals. I think he'll do it with ease. And then we'll talk about Majicbear versus Lionblaze, which I'm excited for, because right off the bat, this is going to be a very good match. Two of the top ones players in North America. All right, Majicbear has been making a case recently as why he should be considered one of the best in North America. Majicbear has been playing just insanely well. And this is going to be a very mechanical matchup. Both these players are just very mechanical. They're really great with speed, very fast to the ball. At the end of the day, though, I'm going to give it to Majicbear. Majicbear in the Fusion tournament looked outstanding. It was just some of the best ones play I had ever seen from him, especially when he was in that qualifier. I can't doubt him, and I think that Lionblaze will move on to the losers round 1, while Majicbear moves on to the semifinals. Then we move on to a very interesting one, which is Mile versus Sharif. Now, Mile has been one of the hottest up-and-coming ones players in North America as of recently, while Sharif, a lot of people might have him, as the underdog coming into this, maybe the underdog along with J-Bot. A lot of people might not expect him to take this, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think that this is the type of game that might only be that might go the whole distance. And the reason I say that about Sharif is because Sharif has been in the 1v1 scene for a lot longer than Mile has, okay? He has a lot more competitive experience than Mile does, and there's always a possibility in a tournament situation like this that Sharif ends up taking the dub if Mile maybe has some nerves to work on or something like that. On paper, Mile definitely has the advantage. I'm going to give it to Mile, but I don't want to count out Sharif. I think that he has just as equal an opportunity to take it, a lot bigger of an opportunity than some people might think. Then we get on to AJ versus Kinsey, and man, this one's tough because the way AJ was playing during those qualifiers, I mean, he was outstanding. He was just some of the best Rocket League I'd seen from him, or some of the best 1v1 I'd seen from him. AJ was taking down top level competitors in the 1v1 arena, and if he continues to play like that, he will win this, all right? If he continues to play like that. And I think that AJ will come out with the same type of fire that we saw from him, just the other day. So I'm going to give this one to AJ. I think that he takes this. I think it'll come down to, it's really going to come down to AJ being able to shut down Kinsey's mechanics. And let's talk about the losers round 1 first before we get into the semifinals. Losers round 1, we have J-Bot versus Lionblaze. Now, this matchup's going to be very tough for J-Bot because Lionblaze is just an extremely experienced 1v1 player. He's been at the top of North America, or near the top of North America, for years now. I mean, Lionblaze has just always been a very good 1v1 player. He's a rival series player as well. He plays on 72-pin connector. It just shows that just every area of his game is top-notch. Lionblaze, he has the experience not only in the 1v1 arena, but in the 3v3 arena. He just has so much more experience, I think, than J-Bot. Okay, I'd say on paper, Lionblaze is the favorite to take this. Do I think that J-Bot has a chance? Absolutely. I think everyone always has a chance, quote-unquote, but I think Lionblaze might just come out too strong in this matchup, but we'll never know until it happens. But I given this one to Lionblaze. And then Sharif versus Kinsey in the losers round 1. You know what? I gotta give this to Kinsey. What we saw from him in the Fusion tournament was something to behold. Okay, his mechanics were insane. He was nailing a ton of stuff that he was going for, not just in 1v1, but in all the game modes as well. But with that said, I think that the 1v1 arena is where Kinsey really shined, and I think he'll definitely be able to take the win over Sharif, and he'll move on to the losers round 2. Then let's get into the semifinals. We have the highly anticipated matchup of Firstkiller versus Majicbear, the one that we didn't get in the Fusion tournament, the one that everyone wants so bad, such a highly anticipated matchup. And truly, I think that this is a matchup that could go either way. I think that if Majicbear is on top of his game, he wins it. If Firstkiller is on top of his game, he wins it. It's just going to come down to truly who is on their game. I think that unlike some of the other matchups, Firstkiller and Majicbear have the equal opportunity to take this matchup. Okay, they're probably right now the two best ones players in North America, in my opinion. Haven't seen anyone playing at their level recently. Okay, I definitely think these guys are going to be the favorites to win the whole bracket, but I'm going to hand it to Firstkiller. Why? Well, because you got to pick somebody, right? I mean, I think that both these players, from what I've seen, very close in skill. You know, I would not be surprised if the match went either way, but I will give it to Firstkiller. You know, I think Firstkiller, if it comes down to it, if they're playing very even, I think maybe Firstkiller's experience will maybe outshine Majicbear's. Who knows? All right, but I'm going to give it to Firstkiller. Majicbear will drop down to face Lionblaze. No, I'm sorry. Majicbear will drop down to face Kinsey. Then let's get on to Mile versus AJ. Now, this is another one of those that I think could go either way, and I think it's going to depend on AJ. If AJ is playing the way that we've seen him play the last couple days, I mean, AJ might be a shoo-in for to qualify for the single elimination bracket. But if AJ isn't playing like we saw him play the other day, I think Mile might just destroy him if he's not playing like he did the other day. Okay, so I think it will really come down to just how AJ's playing. I think Mile will definitely play pretty consistently. So for any Mile fans, I don't think there's anything to worry about with him. It's just AJ. You know, I don't think I've ever seen him play this well in 1v1 before. That could either mean he's inconsistent. That could either mean he's been grinding recently. You know, it could mean a ton of things. We don't know, but it's going to be a good match nonetheless, and I'm excited for it. Which means that, yes, I'm giving it to AJ, and I think AJ actually qualifies, you know. Just from what I've seen from him recently, he looks very clean on the ball. Then loses round 2, we had Mile versus Lionblaze. Again, a matchup that I would expect to go either way. You know, Mile just an insanely good up-and-coming ones player, while Lionblaze just a staple in the community. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would expect Lionblaze to take this just because of how long he's been at the top, but for my prediction, I have Lionblaze going the whole way. I think I have him taking it because Lionblaze, you know, he's just been in it for longer. He has more competitive experience than a Mile. You know, we saw Mile in the Fusion tournament. Mile didn't play bad. It's just that I think that he could have played better, and I think part of it has to do with his lack of experience, you know. Also, Mile, back in the Fusion tournament, he had a big org counting on him. You know, he had the G2 roster counting on him to play 1v1 well. It was probably one of the few times compared to Lionblaze that he had played in the competitive 1v1 arena. I think Lionblaze with a lot more experience, you know, a lot less nerves going into it. I think that if Mile shows any nerves at all, Lionblaze will walk all over him, so Mile needs to get his nerves under control, and then I think it could be a very competitive match. Then, last but not least, Majicbear versus Kinsey in the loses round 2. Now, I actually have a lot of expectations for Kinsey after what we saw from him in the Fusion tournament. You know, just how, you know, fluid he could be with his mechanics when he's really on. You know, I expect Kinsey to make this a close match. However, I think that Majicbear truly does outclass him in a lot of areas. Okay, I think Majicbear truly just outclasses most people in a lot of areas. Okay, I think that Majicbear's speed to the ball, you know, in 1v1s is just faster than most people's. You know, I don't think it'll be easy for Kinsey to take this just because I think Majicbear is just one of the best in North America, and that's why I'm going to give it to Majicbear, and I think that he will be the 4th person to qualify for that single elimination bracket. Okay, so just to recap, everyone that I have qualifying, I have Firstkiller, AJ, Lionblaze, and Majicbear. I think that all 4 of those guys will end up qualifying for the single elimination bracket. You know, I think that these guys, as of right now, are the top 4 players in North America right now. However, I think that you maybe AJ and Mile, maybe those guys might swap out. Who knows? Maybe AJ won't make it. Maybe Mile will. Maybe Kinsey will end up making it. I could see those 2 maybe qualifying over some of the others. You know, it's always possible, but who knows? You know, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. That's everything I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to qualify through the bracket? Who do you guys have as your number 1 1v1 player in North America? Majicbear or Firstkiller? Or do you have somebody else maybe? You know, I'm thinking that right now that those two are probably looking like the best. But yeah, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions as well. But yep, that's everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on my Twitter. And yeah, peace.